All right, CEO Group. I am really excited to introduce a new topic this month. And while we're thinking about new things or talking about new things, how about the new shirt design? Instead of the normal Revive, Thrive, Optimize with the OptiU below, we've now got this design that seems super nice. We'll have them in the pharmacy next week if you want one. This is super soft tri-blend. I mean, this shirt, I could wear this shirt anywhere and be comfortable. So comfort is my number one thing. So really glad to be with you here today. It rained all day here, so I'm a little bit later than normal making this video. I had to do it inside in a little studio that I have indoors. Like to use the natural light as much as possible. Not possible today because it was buckets most of the day, and I kept thinking it'd get better, but it didn't. So here I am tonight coming to make the video for you that you will receive tomorrow. So I want to talk about something. I of course have the fellowship or advanced fellowship in metabolic and nutritional medicine from the American Academy of Anti-Aging, or the A4M. They now have a separate organization, I guess it is, or a separate track of learning, and it's called the International Peptide Society. And so recently I was in Dallas, Texas, for a 4-day, 12 hours a day, 10 to 12 hours a day training on peptides. So I thought it would be a great place, to start to talk about what peptides are, what peptides do, and why they work so well, and just give you some background on them. And I think that it's really, really interesting. We're right in the at the end of a 30 days to maximum fat loss cycle. We start a new group every first Monday of each month, and the results have just been crazy. Now we're doing the same OptiURX 5 pillars, God-given quality foods, the world's best nutritional supplements, and I'm kind of changing that pillar 2 to add hormone optimization because it goes so well with what we do. We've always done hormone optimization, but I haven't talked about it within one of the 5 pillars. But the supplements, the hormone optimization, all go together. So pillar 2, world's best supplements and hormone optimization. Pillar 3, water from a medical device. Pillar 4, science-based movement or exercise. And I've talked a ton about building muscle. So, and muscle being our bank account for aging. So hopefully you get that. And then pillar number 5 is rest and recovery or good sleep. So when I finish this video, I'm going to go take my magnesium, my L-theanine, my melatonin, and I'm going to get some really good sleep tonight. It's been a long day with the new group starting Monday. I have been making up supplement regimens, doing consultations with all of them, doing in-bodies with them, getting their peptides together. So the thing that is really cool is we have people that have burned in 30 days up to 28 pounds of fat without losing any muscle. And yes, we're measuring it on the in-body fat and muscle. We have people that have lost as little as 7 or 8 pounds of fat, and we have people that have gained as much as 5 pounds of muscle, all while losing fat. So the old theory was that people can't lose fat and build muscle at the same time, but really when it's done right, we're seeing it every day. I've been participating in the last 30 days to maximum fat loss programs, and I have built muscle and burned fat both months. So it really works. The OptiU program has the 5 pillars, have always worked for people who followed them. The peptides just speed up the progress. They really speed up the progress. So let's talk a little bit about what a peptide is and the safety of the peptides and those kind of things in tonight's video. So this is a really not new thing around. It is new to me, certainly, and it is new to the United States. Just in the last year or two, peptides have kind of come to the forefront in the United States. Not the forefront, but come to be known in the United States. And when I went to the peptide training, I had some familiarity with peptides, but had no idea of the power of the peptides, which is why I paid to go to the training. Through the training, it's very intense training, and join the International Peptide Society. Peptides are peptides are, I should use the right terminology. Peptides are just short amino acid chains. So think of the whey protein. That's a long amino acid chain, and a peptide is just a short amino acid chain. So if you look at official definitions, a protein would be a chain of more than 50 amino acids together, and a peptide would be a chain of less than 50 amino acids together. And a peptide bioregulator, which is a topic for another day but really exciting, is a really short chain of amino acids of 3 or less amino acid chain put together. And really all peptides is most peptides that are on the market are found naturally in every cell in our body. So they are signaling molecules. They signal the body to do different things. Now there are peptides for burning fat. There are peptides for building muscle. There are peptides for releasing growth hormone. There are peptides for making growth hormone. There are peptides for brain function, for increasing, our brain-derived neurotrophic factor, for cognitive ability, for people with Alzheimer's, for people with Parkinson's, for people with dementia. There are peptides that can regenerate organs, and I know it sounds crazy, but the data is there. That is the beauty of me going and paying the big bucks to go through the International Peptide Society training. I have access to all the studies and to all the data. And so we're just seeing tremendous benefit from these peptides. Now, peptides are prescription only, but now that we have Kim Spain has her practice within the Gastonia Pharmacy location, we don't have any issues with getting those prescribed. That's why she was the choice to open her practice there, was because we are like-minded, and she understands hormones and peptides, and we're going to talk about how even I and what I've been recommending is probably not as optimal as I once thought it was for hormones, especially for men and women, for testosterone levels based on the latest research. And so she's on board with those things, and with the peptides, and with the 30-day to fat loss program. And she will certainly see you in the pharmacy there in Gastonia at Prescriptions Plus, or she can see you virtually if you're not, local. And the beauty of this is that she is 100% on board with the OptiU program. She's doing it herself. She's following everything that we're teaching. She's following everything that we're doing because she believes it. I should point out that she also does direct primary care, which will be her main focus for people, which then they will get all these things handled: peptides, hormones, supplements. If you have a FSA or an HSA that will pay for your supplements, she will write the scripts. We'll run through them on the computer as a prescription, and then your FSA and HSA will certainly cover it at that point. So there's so many advantages. She is so awesome. By the way, she is the 63rd, you heard me right, physician's assistant or nurse practitioner that I sat down and met with, because the rest of them were completely disqualified. They were traditional thinkers. They either took or recommended, or took and recommended and gave the most recent, quote, vaccine shot that was out there, which I tried to teach people was a complete hoax, because that's what it was. It's now proven I've probably said this in some of the videos to you before, but I speak in so many different places. I did podcasts today. I'm making videos for the 30-day to maximum fat loss group, get some videos, so I'm making a lot of different videos, and so I don't want to repeat myself, but I think these things are worth saying. It's now been proven that anyone who took the shots, and the more shots they took, the higher their risk of getting the thing they were taking the shot to prevent is, the higher their risk of hospitalization, the higher their risk of death, and certainly, as I think we've all witnessed at this point, and I'm doing consultation after consultation after consultation, at a much higher risk for heart disease, cancers, a side effect of the thing that was supposed to protect us. All for something that we had really, especially if you're in this group and following just any portion of this, zero risk of dying from. So, that being said, that's why it's so important for you to be in this group, and I thank you and I appreciate it, and I hope you'll tell others to join this group, because we have to be the CEOs, folks. This is not going to be the last thing they do. It's not going to be the last one they unleash on us. It's not going to be the last time they tell us we need to wear a mask or stay in our house or close our gyms or whatever, when it was all a complete farce. Everything they told us was wrong. Wearing a mask is bad for us. I made videos. Of course, they all got taken down way back in March of 2020 about the shots and about the upcoming shots then, about wearing a mask, about social distancing, about all this nonsense, not going to the gym, putting up plexiglass between you and the cash register. I mean, what a joke. A virus is so small. It's a complete joke, the whole thing. And it's harmful. That's even the worst part. Then they were treating people with remdesivir, which should be called run death is near, denying them supplements, denying them ivermectin, denying them hydrogen peroxide nebulized. I mean, just pure stupidity and ignorance. I don't know a different way to say it, y'all. It's 100% backwards. Just the same way we treat type 2 diabetics in America, 100% backwards. So, all that being said, these peptides have been being used in Russia since the 1970s and 80s, certainly. And they had the patents on all these peptides. They discovered these peptides. There's a doctor, Dr. Kavinson, who did most of the work and most of the discovery on these. He's still around and still doing a clinical study on them, which I may talk about in a video this month. I'm sure I will. And he's doing it a joint clinical study on these with an American doctor in Atlanta, Georgia. So I have a lot of information on that, and Beth and I are actually in that study and have joined that study. It's for healthcare professionals only, and I'll talk about that maybe next week or the following week. So these peptides, these short chain amino acids naturally found in the body in most cases, have no side effects. Kavinson said at this conference that they've given hundreds of millions of doses to tens of millions of people with no side effects. It kind of sounds like the supplements, right? The world's best nutritional supplements. So that's why I love it, because there's no side effects. Now, peptides can be expensive, but you have to understand that the FDA, I know it's going to shock you, the FDA and the drug companies are doing everything they can to get peptides taken off the market. They don't want us to be well. They don't want things to work the way they should. They want us on their drugs. They want us wearing their masks. They want us taking their shots. They want us locked up in our house scared. And I don't know about y'all, but as the CEO, I'm not playing those games. I haven't put on a mask yet. I will not. I certainly won't take or recommend or give any of those shots that start with a V to anybody, and not just those, but any of them, because I know the data. I know the real science on them, and I understand how harmful they are, especially to young children, y'all. Really a shame. I know I'm off the topic of peptides, but I want you to understand. So these peptides have these signals in our body, and they really just turn back aging. They turn back our body to, for example, burning fat like we did when we were younger. They turn back our body to burning sugar and insulin like we did when we were younger. I mean, certain peptides do these things. Certain peptides turn our body back to building muscle like we did when we were younger. They're truly, in my estimation and what the studies show, regeneration of organs and things. They are truly anti-aging peptides. And when we can combine them with the 5 pillars of the OptiURX program, we're going to get maximum benefit of everything. And when we can really optimize hormones with that, well, you have people lose 28 pounds of fat and gain muscle in 30 days. You have people that had full-blown Crohn's disease who were on Humira, who within 2 weeks of some oral peptides to heal the gut, in the 30-day to maximum fat loss program, because I'm like, we got to fix your gut and get you off these drugs first, who within 2 weeks were off their Humira and had nada flare-ups of Crohn's disease. And this lady had had Crohn's disease so long that she had quit her teaching job because she couldn't go out of the house. She was scared to go to school because anytime she ate or drank something, runs right through her. It was embarrassing. She'd have to change her clothes sometimes. It was so fast. 2 weeks on the OptiURX program with a couple peptides specifically for gut healing. She told me she's not had any flare-ups. She's renewed to go into the August program, so we start again a new program every first Monday of the month. So those are just some of the things that in a very short period of time since I've been providing peptides to folks with their prescriptions, of the things that we've seen. More energy, more clarity of thought, more fat burning, more muscle building, better sleep. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Better cognition, better thinking. So, peptides are safe. They can be pricey. They do require a prescription, but they are more than worth it. I'm leaner and stronger. I'm 56. I'm leaner and stronger and faster than I've ever been. Now, it's not just peptides. I've been doing wellness. I've been doing the OptiURX program for about 40 years now. It wasn't called that all this time, but Beth and I have followed it for the last 40 years. And I think you'll be shocked when I talk to you about our experience in this, getting into this peptide bioregulator study that's ongoing. So I want you to start to put your thinking cap on as to why the FDA and why the drug companies would be so hot and heavy on trying to get rid of the peptides, because they know that this can wipe out a large portion of the people in a short amount of time that are on their drugs forever, which is what they want. And if we can get people to follow the OptiURX program before we had peptides, we've gotten tens of thousands of people off all their drugs, including their insulin shots, because type 2 diabetics never need more insulin. They never need drugs. They never need those shots. It's the wrong treatment. It's backwards. We've talked about that. But with peptides, we can do it so much faster, y'all. We can just get phenomenally quicker results. So, hopefully this will intrigue you. I'm going to teach you more or talk more about peptides as we go there. By the way, there's some awesome peptides for the skin, for wrinkles, for collagen production, for elastin in the skin. We've got time. We're going to talk about peptides. And hopefully I can get all of you onto the live call for the peptide call. Because we need you to participate and we need you to bring questions. And hopefully this will get you thinking about peptides. If you want more information, please let me know. If you're interested in getting into our September 30 days to maximum fat loss plan, you can certainly let me know. As always, thank you so much. Please remember to be the CEO of your own health. We cannot follow this broken system. Thanks.